Footwork is a fundamental of fight sports, which allows you to improve your defense, your offense, just your overall fight game. But many people are making common mistakes, and we're gonna make sure you correct those today. You understand what they are, and you stop doing them. If you are looking to up your martial arts skills, my upcoming Strike Ready movement course is perfect for you. We're gonna focus on footwork, balance, and range, learning how to make all of those work for you so that you're the most accomplished and dangerous fighter you possibly can be. Right now we have early bird pricing available. We're gonna have 25 plus videos throughout this 5-week program and 3 live calls, which you're free to join and ask questions or watch after the fact. Get yourself registered for this course. It's gonna be amazing. Now let's talk about some of the very common mistakes that people are making with their footwork. Number 1, and something that's very common for beginners, their weight placement is incorrect. Now, yes, it is true. There's many different fight sports. Some of them require us to be heavier on our back leg and lighter on our front leg so we can check. Some of them require a 50-50 so we can bounce and be more explosive in and out. But the common mistake is shifting too much weight to the front foot. Now, when does this normally happen? When are people guilty of doing this? Very often, it's when they realize, oh, my range is incorrect. They're going, I don't know exactly at what distance I'm gonna be able to land the perfect cross. And they realize mid-punch, okay, I'm not gonna be able to hit it, or just a second before throwing, I'm not gonna be able to hit the pad with enough power. And instead of moving their foot as they punch, they choose to lean. And this can lead to somebody being left on this foot for the whole combo. And then they simply shift out, maybe a little bit of movement, shift in, and the head shifting over the front foot is more often than not a massive mistake. Now, like any mistake, there are times experts, world champions can utilize this to their advantage. But if you're not a world champion, you're not somebody who's been doing this for 10 plus years, you do not want that head shifting forward, and you do not want the primary amount of weight on the lead foot. It's gonna hinder you in so many ways. Quick example, when I'm here and I go to throw my left hook and I'm trying to turn, it's gonna be more difficult because with all the weight on that front, how do I correctly twist? But when I'm back, now I can snap that hip forward to maximize the punching power. So be sure to understand your ideal range or adjust that when you need to so you're not having to lean forward in the middle of your punches. Now, foot positioning for our stance is so important. Now, it's very easy to just go, okay, I'm in my stance. Yes, it's so good. But when we start having to move, it's very common for people to put themselves in a vulnerable position. Now, what do I mean by this? If I go to step to my left, I decide, okay, this person's throwing an attack and I decide I want to shift off, we have 2 options to move ourselves. We either step with this foot or we step with this foot. And either way, both legs are going to move. It's just a matter of which one moves first. In general, we always want the outside leg to move first. Why do we want that? As we step to the side, I'm still strong in this stance. And now I can push out and still be in a great position. But when I do the opposite, I have this moment here where I'm very, very narrow in my stance. And if I do get hit or attacked right now, it's gonna be very difficult for me to maintain a good defense, to good balance. Counter punches, they're all gonna be off. Now again, like I just said on the last point, there are absolutely times where you'll see high-level fighters do stuff like that. But if you're a beginner, you're wanting to move the outside foot first. And the same thing when we move forward and back. Front foot when I'm going forward, back foot when I'm going back. Yes, there are ways that we can break that, but always starting with the basics. Move left, the left foot moves. Right, right foot moves. Forward, front foot, backwards, back foot. And now all of a sudden from there I can start adding in 45-degree angles, and I'm always coming back to the exact same stance, never breaking it and never going, okay, my stance was more narrow than shoulder width. The last element of incorrect footwork that I want to talk about today, and we'll talk about many more in the upcoming course, but the last one for today is foot placement. Where do my feet go? What am I looking for? A very common mistake that people make, and I notice this time and time again, is the front foot not facing directly forward. We want that facing directly forward for the most part. We do not want it slightly out or slightly in. Have your lead foot facing directly towards your opponent. Yes, there are times you could break this, obviously. If you're a karate fighter and you're trying to line up side kicks, well, that doesn't work anymore. But for most fight sports, this front foot is facing forward. The back foot, however, if you try to hinge it and place this foot forward, it's not ideal. You don't need to be in this position. And in that position, if you try to go flat-footed, it's very, very awkward. We want the back foot just out slightly on sort of a 30, 45 degree angle. Now from here, I can rest down flat so that when I'm checking, I'm strong. And then from there, I can be very balanced, but equally dynamic in my movement. So looking front foot forward, other foot slightly on the angle is one of the stronger stances that you're gonna find. And it's that traditional boxing stance, which really works for ideal punch power. So there are 3 basic things that people make mistakes on when they're learning a fight sport. Easily corrected. You just gotta put some time in and often forget about the fun part, which is throwing the punches and just going, okay, I'm gonna focus on my footwork today. I'm gonna make sure I'm really balanced. I'm gonna make sure I know how to bounce very well. I feel stable as I do this. And when you have that, everything will improve. Most importantly, your defense will improve. Because if you are off balance down here and you're taking a shot, and maybe your high guard, your Dutch guard, and you're taking a shot and you're going, oh, every time I feel off balance, it's from down there. Absolutely, your defense is gonna suffer. So sort that out, and by the time we get to August 18th, where Strike Ready Movement launches, you're gonna have that down, and then we can move into the more advanced stuff, which I'm gonna be teaching you there. That's all, everybody. Thank you for joining. I'll see you back here soon for another video.